News on Skyline, I am Moreno Haniel. The All Progressive Congress APC in Osun State has alleged the killing of Dele Ayegbo nephew on its campaign. Director General Wole Oke. The party said Oyegbo was shot dead on Wednesday night near his residence in Idofin, Esa-Oke in Obokun local government area. According to the APC, the attack was carried out by suspected hoodlums who operated from a vehicle. The allegations comes just days before the Saturday governorship election amid heightened tension across the state. The People's Democratic Party candidate of Ogungu State constituency in Kogi State of House of Assembly, Michael Idoko, has rejected the 5 million naira campaign signage fee imposed on the assembly candidate. Idoko described the levy as anti-democratic and anti-people, saying it could restrict political participation to candidates with deep financial resources. He said the policy was unacceptable ahead of the 2027 general elections. The Kogi State government has also approved 150 million naira as the official billboard placement fee for the presidential candidates across the state. To Lagos now, motorists on the Bagada Expressway in Lagos have been faced with heavy traffic following two separate accidents. The first, two trucks, while the second involved two trailers and 5 other vehicles near the Charlie Boy. Officials of LASMA, assisted by tow trucks and a forklift, were deployed to clear the wreckage. One of the trucks from the first accident has been removed, while efforts are ongoing to clear the remaining trailer. The 5 vehicles involved in the second crash have also been evacuated. We'll take a very short break now and we'll be back after the break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back. We move to Bayelsa now, where the Ministry of Health has raised concerns over increasing cases of hypertension in the state. Commissioner for Health, Professor Seifa Brisibe, said previous screening exercises recorded hypertension prevalence of between 10 and 15% among those screened. He also noted that the condition was more common among older residents and male. Brisibe urged residents to regularly check their blood pressure, warning that hypertension can remain undetected until serious complications develop. Now to Sokoto, where the police command has rescued a 10-year-old boy who was allegedly abducted and hidden inside a sack in Tangaza local government area. The rescue followed intelligence-led operations that also resulted in the arrest of 2 suspected kidnappers. The command says operations are part of intensified efforts to dismantle criminal networks and tackle kidnapping across the state. We move to Anambra, where the abductors of JESCO Group Chairman Joseph Ezel Okafor have reportedly increased their ransom, demanding 700 million to 1.5 billion naira. The businessman was reportedly kidnapped on Tuesday while traveling to a prayer ground in Anambra State. According to a report, communication between the kidnappers and family has broken down despite the family's report willingness to negotiate his release. Back to Lagos State now. Lagos State Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat has vowed to intensify the removal of individuals who allegedly harass motorists and stop luxury vehicles along the Lekki-Ipe Expressway. Hamzat described the activity as criminal, accusing the individuals of extortion and harassment. He said law enforcement agencies have already begun removing the offenders from the major transit corridor. Now in Benue State, the police command has recovered a newborn baby allegedly stolen from her mother at the hospital in Boko. Police spokesperson Peter Ondogun confirmed the recovery and said some suspects had been arrested in connection with the incident. The baby was reportedly stolen just hours after she was delivered on Tuesday. The incident has caused tension at the hospital. prompting the deployment of security personnel to prevent a breakdown of law and order. We'll take a quick break now. More stories when we come back. Please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us on Skyline News. Now, a quick report now in business. We move to Sokoto. The Sokoto state government has approved 1.759 billion naira for the purchase of 1,000 Bajaj motorcycles to support security agencies in the fight against banditry in the state. The approval has reached a sixth state executive council meeting for 2026, chaired by Deputy Governor Idris Mahmoud Gobir. The government says the motorcycle will improve the mobility of security personnel, especially in difficult terrains and communities affected by banditry. The federal government has approved tax waivers for nearly 4,000 electric vehicles imported into Nigeria in the first half of 2026. The initiative is aimed at encouraging cleaner transportation and supporting local vehicle assembly, despite challenges including inadequate electricity supply and limited charging infrastructure. The approvals are the first batch under the government's new Electric Mobility Incentive Program. West Africa could build $1 trillion cumulative energy market by 2035 if its 16 countries integrate their energy systems into a single regional market. Chairman of Rose Hill Group Advisory Suleiman Yaya made the projection at West Africa Refined Fuel Market Conference in Abuja. He also called for interconnected infrastructure, common product standard, shared data system, and unified dispute resolution to drive regional energy trade and investment. Still on business now, Pan-African stablecoin infrastructure and payment provider Yellow Card is expanding its global operations following a $40 million strategic Series C funding round. The company says the funding will support the expansion of global USD accounts for business and strengthen stablecoin payment infrastructure across its international market. Yellow Card is also expanding its presence in Latin America and the Asian Pacific region, while deepening partnership with global financial and payment companies. We move to entertainment now with Smile, where Maria Ekinde, daughter of veteran actress Omotale Jalade Kehinde, has announced her engagement. Mariah shared the news on Wednesday through a black and white video capturing moments from a beachside proposal. The identity of her fiancé remains private, with Mariah revealing only parts of his face in the video. The announcement has attracted congratulatory messages from friends, family members, and fans. Afrobeat legend Femi Kuti says President Bola Tinubu is not the major problem facing Nigeria. Speaking on the Good News Niger podcast, Kuti identified institutional corruption as one of the country's biggest challenges. The musician argued that a stronger judicial system could have prevented leaders facing serious allegations from occupying political offices. Femi Kuti said corruption is deeply rooted in Nigeria, with people in positions of authority across different sectors forming part of what he described as the corrupt elite. We'll be back shortly after the break. Please do stay with us. We'll be back on the Foreign News. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back. We go to sports now. In Qatar, 6 Arab Football Federation presidents have shown their support behind FIFA President Gianni Infantino amid growing pressures on his leadership. The federation include Qatar and Morocco, co-hosts of the 2030 FIFA World Cup. Infantino, who is seeking re-election next year, has faced criticism following the collapse of a proposed private investment deal involving FIFA. Competitions including the World Cup, UEFA, the Asian Football Confederation, and CONCACAF have all criticized his conduct and called for him to step down. Still on FIFA Association, President Fleetwood Haya has backed FIFA President Gianni Infantino, crediting FIFA investment in African football for Malawi's breakthrough on the international stage. Haya said Malawi's qualification for the 2027 Women's World Cup was as a result of increased investment in African football under Infantino. Malawi has emerged as surprise performers at the ongoing Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, reaching the semi-finals to secure their place at the World Cup. Haya's comments could strengthen Infantino's support among African football leaders ahead of next year's FIFA presidential election. We move to Bangladesh now, where produced a stunning display on the opening day of their Test series against Australia in Darwin, dismissing the world top-ranked side for 198 runs. The result marks Bangladesh's first Test appearance in Australia in 23 years. First bowler Hassan Mahmood was the star of the day, taking 6 wickets for 55 runs as Bangladesh's pace attack dismantled Australia's battling lineup. Bangladesh ended the day on 96 for 1, putting them in a strong position heading into the second day. Now we move to the foreign news. We start with Hormuz, where the international push to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is intensifying as the International Energy Agency warns that global oil stockpiles are falling rapidly. Traffic through the strategic waterways remains at the very low levels, despite U.S. President Donald Trump claiming that strait is open and under American control. Iran is demanding compensation over alleged oil pollution in the Persian Gulf and surrounding waters, after footage reportedly showing oil washing offshore near Qassim Island. Thailand is tightening its gun laws following last week's deadly school shooting, in which a 14-year-old boy killed 8 people before taking his own life. Prime Minister Austin has ordered officials to urgently strengthen firearm control across the country. The measures include suspending new gun purchase permits, reviewing pending applications, and halting new welfare gun programs that allow eligible public officials to purchase firearms at discounted rates. Still on foreign news now in Mexico, concerning is growing over the country's rising number of influencers being killed amid violent clashes between rival cartel factions. The latest victim, influencer Caesar, who was shot dead while live streaming outside a fast food restaurant. Witnesses say 2 men on a motorcycle approached him during the live stream before one of them opened fire. The killing has renewed concerns over growing targets of social media personalities, particularly in Mexico's most dangerous states. We move to the UK now, where the British government has defended its seizure of a Russian-linked shadow fleet oil tanker in the English Channel, despite threats of retaliations from Russian President Vladimir Putin. The vessel Smitros was intercepted and boarded by Royal Mines in June in an operation aimed at disrupting sanctioned oil shipments. The ship's captain, A.J. Pand, has been charged with breaching Russian sanctions. Thank you for watching us on Skyline Evening News. I am Moreno Haniel. Do have a very lovely evening.